Hey everyone, we're back at the CDS for week 5, and we're going up against the Bandle City Buster Shots, which is FTPBust's team. And here you can see I have their draft of champions here. It is Jinx, Jax, Poppy, Jarvan, Trundle, LeBlanc, Lulu, Tristana, and Braum. So Braum was actually a recent pickup from Bust. Before he had Samira, and he traded in Samira for the Braum. Judging by their lineup and their champions and what they've brought in the past, what I was kind of expecting was at least one champion strength deck, because I think he's brought it every week, either with Poppy or J4. So I did expect at least one wide board champion strength deck. So I wanted to be ready for that. The other thing that I thought was very possible was Warden decks, judging by the fact that he picked up another Freljord champion and seemed to be looking for one more. But he's got Trundle and he's got Braum already, which could pair up nicely with like Braum Lulu was, I think, one of the first Warden decks that kind of took off. So it could have been like these two together, and then Trundle, I don't know, Tristana or something. Or last week he did bring Trundle LeBlanc, so like these two were together. So let me just get rid of this here. So it's likely that you might run back this, do some sort of Warden shenanigans here, and then do like Poppy Jinx or Poppy Trist as a CS deck. Just because like champion strength is something that's like really strong still, even though it was nerfed, and it's something that he's been comfortable bringing, it seems, every week. So I do expect it once, at least once, could even be twice with the Jarvan. But I think with the acquisition of another Freljord champion, he's focusing on that. Other things that we could see is we could see some sort of Jax deck. Like he could do Jax Trundle or Jax Braum, and it could be like a pseudo Jax Ornn deck just without the Ornn. So it's like there or there, and then that seems like it should function pretty well. Otherwise, he's pretty limited in the regions he can bring. He's missing 4 of them. So he's got the other 5, but a couple of them are doubled up. Like, actually, a few of them are doubled up. You've got Freljord here. You've got Bandle here. You've got Demacia here. So if he wants to play these other regions, he's kind of forced to use these, and one of them is Lulu, who counts also. He's tripled up on Bandle, so he'd have to use Lulu as his Ionian champ if he wants to do something with Ionia. But anyways, the point is, I am expecting some sort of board-based beatdown deck. One of them's champion strength. Let me see, champion strength, you know, with Poppy or J4. Okay, and then I think he'll run back Trundle, LeBlanc, and the last deck is probably Braum with something. So I think it's either going to be Braum Jax or maybe Braum J4 or Braum Poppy. One of those. You could even do like, I guess you could do like if it's not Warden, you could do like Formidables or something. But I think Warden is like, it seems like Warden might be what he's going for with the Braum. But yeah, I'm expecting either Braum, I'm gonna say Braum Warden, or even Braum Jax. I like the Braum Jax that I mentioned earlier, or Braum Trundle, and then like swap the Trundle with Braum or Braum LeBlanc. But yeah, so regardless, I am expecting some sort of board-based deck. So to combat that board-based style of decks that I'm expecting, I wanted to go with some sort of hard removal for my decks, or something that can erase them. So let's start here with Elise Lissandra, which is basically just SI control. As you can see, we've got the ramp with the mysticism and the winter's touch. We've got freezes. So the freezes here I want it to be up on, as you can see with the harsh winds, and I'm not playing Three Sisters. I'm playing straight up flash freeze, because if it is Warden, this could buy me a bit of time. If it is champion strength, it can also buy me a bit of time. By playing flash freeze instead of Three Sisters, I save mana, like 1 mana, because most of the time I'm probably not going to be using Fury to the North, and most likely I won't be using Entomb. So just playing the flash freeze is just straight up better. I have Buried in Ice. Buried in Ice is the key card here. So one question that I know people usually like to ask is, why not play Ruination instead? The reason is 2 reasons. 1, Buried in Ice prevents you from getting those equipments back because it obliterates. And Jax is a champion that I could see being brought. So I wanted to get rid of any forged equipments that may happen, or bone clubs if he's going for like the Rico Rex overwhelm style. So that's where Buried in Ice is going to come in handy. Plus, you know, the Buried in Ice, It That Stairs combo gets rid of them for good, instead of them coming back in 2 turns. Another thing with Buried in Ice over Ruination is it doesn't trigger those last breath effects because it obliterates. It also doesn't... It makes things really hard because of the board space. If you Buried in Ice on an opponent, they really don't know if they're going to be able to keep their board the next turn or not, because I might not have It That Stairs. I might just be doing this just to buy myself, you know, another turn. So if they really wanted to continue pushing that turn, they'll have to replace those units, and it does make redeveloping very awkward in that sense. Another thing I have here is 3 Quietus. That should be good against any of like the small Bandle units. If he goes for like a Bandle Swarm, it should be good against any equipment that he decides to bring. Like if he goes for Tristana Jax or any Jax deck really, the Quietus will get rid of these equipments that are building up. Soul Harvest also really good against like Braum, good against Poppy. I guess if Tristana's not buffed, good there. The issue is if he has like a form up or some sort of buff, it would stop it. But I do have freezes as well if I want to, you know, spend 1 there to make sure that Soul Harvest goes off. The other thing you might notice is there's no Vile Feast. Looking at his pool of champions and the ways that he'd construct the decks, there wouldn't be many 1 health units. Like, I'd have to deal some damage to a unit first and then ping it off in order for that Vile Feast to get some killing value. Otherwise, I could Vile Feast just with a +1 health and for the blocker. But ultimately, I felt it was better to just fit in, you know, these Quietus and the Soul Harvest and the freezes instead, until I can, because I'm the one who should be winning as the game goes later. So all I need to do is just stay alive until then. You'll also notice no Ravines and no Avalanche. So the thing with those as well is the same concept kind of applies to the Vile Feast. The amount of 2 health units that should be coming down isn't much. If he goes for Jax and Weapon Master stuff, everything's going to be big. Everything's going to have a weapon and forged and equipped, and it's like Avalanche isn't going to do anything, Valve isn't going to do anything. If he goes for like Bandle Swarm with either Tristana or Poppy or Lulu or something, Lulu's got 3 health, Tristana's got 3 health, Poppy's got 3 health. The Bandle units that you usually play, you've got Stone Stackers is a 2/3, Owl Cats if they're generated are 2/1 with the spell shield, so I'd have to use 2 spells there. Mayor is a 2/3. There's not really too much that I would be killing with 1 Avalanche. Like, maybe I'd kill one unit, but the rest are still there. I need to like double avalanche or double ravine or something like that. So that's why I decided to focus more on the rest of the stall / removal package. And finally, the other thing that we have here is I'm not playing War Mothers. I'm not playing She Who Wanders. I am playing Captain Ladros as my top end. Another thing I've noticed is he doesn't run too much interaction, nor should you really in those like styles of decks. So, and with Ladros being buffed to 10 attack, I can go play Ladros and I can swing. And if you don't block it, you just instantly die. I can also go Ladros, attempt to swing, get like chump blocked, and then next turn I can Atro. The only thing that really worries me in terms of interaction is he does have 2 Failure Champs, and if he does bring double Failure, I assume he's playing like 3 Sisters. I don't know if he'd straight up play Freeze, like Harshmans or Flash Freeze or something, but that is something also to keep in mind if I do go for like a Ladros Atro play, is that it could possibly be stopped. But I found the Ladros Atro top end is better than going for She-Who, simply because She-Who might not actually kill too much. If he's playing the same Trundle LeBlanc, he's playing a lot of 5 attack and higher units. So it's not going to do anything against that. If he goes for Jax deck, again, equipments with forges, usually they can get up to 5+. What else is there? Like, it would only really hit the Bandle, you know, Poppy Swarm decks. And by the time that comes down on turn 10, they've already, you know, done their damage. They've got their board, they've got their Poppy buffs already and things like that. So, like, I think it's just a bit too late if I play She Who Wanders as my win con. The other one was War Mother's Call, which could come down on turn 8, but again, the same kind of issue is there. I feel like if I make it to turn 8, I'm just kind of, you know, winning already. Or I'm in a state where I would want to be playing a board clear instead. So if I make it to turn 8, I'm either winning or I have to play a board clear. So I won't have time to play War Mother's Call. And that's where Ladros comes in handy, because if I go for the turn, what is that? Turn 7 Buried in Ice, turn 8 It That Stares, into the turn 9 Ladros as like a finisher, if It That Stares doesn't finish the game off, it just seems a lot more, you know, fits in better. Otherwise, everything is kind of standard. 2 Ice Veil is blocker plus a freeze, so, you know, that's double the stall. 1 Babbling Beard just to find the It That Stares or the Ladros. To be honest, it doesn't matter. Like, usually I'd want to find It That Stares, I think. Like, it depends on the situation, right? As long as I get one of them, I'm happy. So that's why Bjerg is there. It's also something to do on 4. And yeah, so that's it for this one. So the next deck I have here, this one I think was like the most awkward one for me to make. It's Viktor Lux. So it's essentially just Jace Lux. And the reason I thought it was awkward was I feel like if they went for equipments, I didn't bring a lot of anti-equipment stuff. Like, I've got this 1 Pioneer and I've got 2 Hex Splitterators. But Hex Splitter is kind of expensive, and Pioneer is one of, so I don't really find it. But I think the Challenger, the Mage Seeker, and the Broadwing should hopefully help me keep the board trimmed down until that time. The other thing that I found very awkward with this list is there's no Jace. So not having Jace means I'd have to not, you know, play a bit more fair, so to speak. Like, Viktor is still really good. So okay, so that's the awkward stuff aside. The good stuff aside is it's still Lux Jace, but a bit slower, you know? Viktor still does a lot of crazy things. Lux does a lot of crazy things. There's still a lot of good 6+ cost spells in these regions that I can run. Like, as you can see here, Hexbladerator is good. Shock Blast is good. I threw in Unyielding Spirit because no interaction, what are they gonna do? Even if they have interaction, their stuff is gonna be like freezes or like single combats. Like, what can they do to it, right? If they're playing LeBlanc, it's gonna be Flock or something. They need 2 spells to do that on the stack to my Unyielding. I just like Unyielding Spirit, it's really cool, okay? I've got Epic Scrap Traption. So the reason I have 2 of these in here is if I can get to play this on like turn 3 and get a 6/6 against like the Swarm deck, or even against honestly against any of the decks, usually 6/6 is a bit of a task for them to get through, because their units, like I said before, are usually 5 attack. And they'll need another little buff to push over the 6 health that it has. So it's good at stalling for a couple turns if I get to do that early on. The other thing I have here is one of Aftershock. Remove 3 health units. I've got 2 Pharaohs, Financier to, you know, search for any random spell to bust me out of a situation if I need to. I've got 2 Aloof Travelers in here as well. So the thing about Aloof Travelers is, if he goes for the Warden route, I can hit the Warden. If he goes for Champion Strength, I can hit the Champion Strength, which is really good. If he goes for... I think those were the 2 main reasons that I could think of to put it in. Draws me a card. I like Aloof. So I've got 2 Miriam as well. Miriam's a good card. You can just do a lot of funny things with it, especially with Lux and refilling your spell mana. Mage Seeker, Persuader, and Broadwing, like I said before, Challenger's good versus Swarm decks. Challenger's good versus, you know, weaker health equipped units. And finally, I guess the weirdest thing, aside from Unyielding maybe, is the one of Albus Pharos. Even though I don't have Jace, Albus just deals 3 on his own. He deals like a million more the longer the game goes on. I don't even need him to find an imaginary champion I don't own. I'm just there to slam him and like burn you for like 8 or something on an attack. And like we said before, they don't have interaction. The interaction they do is probably a freeze, probably a like block, like something they have to, like they don't have straight up removal. So it's going to be hard for them to deal with Pharos. And like, even if you freeze Pharos, his damage still goes off. You have to like remove him before he attacks. So I was feeling good about this deck if they brought like Warden or Champion Strength. Those were the 2 that I really felt good with this deck into. And finally we have Illaoi Shen. So I brought this, I want to say 2 weeks ago, and it felt pretty good. My main thinking here was, you know, Barrier good. Barrier good and Illaoi good. And if they were going for like Warden, if they were going for a Champion Strength Swarm, my hope was that I draw Idle on 1 and I just, you know, beat the hell out of them as quick as I can before they can even, you know, get their big board, get to their turn. So I know it's a simple concept. Beat them up before they beat me up. But that's something that Illaoi is really good at, is you really put the pressure on them if you get your tentacle going quickly. So that was the strategy there. Shen, like I said, Barrier good. He's really just there to support Illaoi the tentacle. He's not like a main win con or anything. He's also something I have to play if I want to play this. So he does stuff. So in terms of units, it's pretty standard. I've got the spawn stuff. I've got 1 Nagakuboros in case the game goes on that long. 2 Lookout to kind of refill my tentacle right away. So I've got 1 Croaker, 1 Fortune Croaker, just as a little bit of draw. So 2 Hired Gun will let me pull the strongest unit. So if it's a Swarm deck, it's going to be like Tristana, or it's going to be Poppy. If it is like LeBlanc, I mean, okay, everything's like big there. LeBlanc's a bit iffy, but that's where the barrier comes in. Hired Gun is good against Jax. Lets me pull the biggest equipped units to the side if I need to swing for. and let Illaoi get their hit through and a tentacle. So it's just like, it's helpful in like those kind of decks. It's the main thing I have it for is the Swarm deck, and to pull Poppy or Tristana out from the side, or Lulu. I always forget about Lulu. Out from the side. The other thing I have is 3 heavy metal. Bilgewater doesn't have the best removal, and this also kills equipments, so I put 3 of it. It's pretty good. I've got 3 Tentacle Smash is the other like good removal as well. 3 Twin Discipline, great card, especially if we're getting into like a big unit versus big unit kind of situation. 1 Syncopation for little tricky kind of lethals, or if they are like trying to remove something or freeze a unit. If they freeze Illaoi, I can, you know, swap it with a tentacle and keep Illaoi alive and let the tentacle take the hit, something like that, right? I've got 4 barrier cards. I've got 2 moral support, simply because if I do get it off with Shen, it only costs 2, and saving mana with this deck is pretty important. But I also have 2 Spirit's Refuge, because lifesteal is also really important. If I'm like with this deck, sometimes you don't have much to do early on, and you're just taking hits, right, until you build your tentacle up. So the refuge will, when you get your big swing in, it'll help you recover all that life you've just lost. So that's why I went with the 2 and 2 split there. I also have 2 Blood in the Water as my rally card. Simply because 1, I'm not expecting any denies. 2, if I get my Illaoi tentacle going, I can really put the pressure on them. So if I have my Illaoi and I have my tentacle swinging for a lot of damage one turn, usually 1 attack, they'll take it. They'll chump block the tentacle, and then they'll take the Illaoi, and then they refill and they do their big hit, right? If I have Blood and Water, I can, you know, hit them twice and force them to have to give me more than like 1 chump block. Like I'll instant level Illaoi. I'll force them to have to spend their wide board and buy me some more turns to get these hits in. So that's why I think 2 Blood and Water is like really good. It's something to keep them thinking about as well. So here we have Bust's decks, and this, he did run back the LeBlanc Trundle, but this time it's not a Warden deck. He's kind of toned down on, I think he had like Poros in here before, and he had well, he still has the Frostcoat Cub, but yeah, no Warden this time. But pretty much still kind of the same list. It's pretty strong, and like if he can get the Trifarian off into the Saurian and all that, even if he has a Yeti sitting in hand, it can be pretty annoying just if he constantly slams down these 5 attack minions. He's also got Culling Strikes, Bloody Business. So he actually has, like, I actually forgot about these. He has some good removal in these decks. Like I said before as well, he's got the 3 Sisters, and he is running some freeze, so that is something to be conscious about. Then we have Jax Braum. So he did end up bringing a Jax deck with a Freljord, and it looks like it's kind of like a... So it is a bit more like overwhelming, but it does look like it's like Jax Ornn just without the Ornn. I thought he'd bring it with Trundle, but like thinking now, I guess Trundle makes like a bit more sense with LeBlanc, and Braum also makes sense with like slapping a weapon onto him, especially if that weapon is Bone Club. That's gonna be like a big Braum. But otherwise, yeah, like I said, he's going... Oh, it's interesting, he's on like the Avaros and Outriders, the Allegiance card. He has a 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. He has 11 misses, but I guess out of these 11 misses, you're keeping like 3. Like, you'd probably keep this in your mulligan too if you had it. So like, it's not too bad. But it is interesting. It also has Overwhelm itself, so it's like another unit to slap Bone Club onto. But yeah, this is more like an overwhelming build. He's on 3 Wild Claws Ferocity, 3 Sisters, okay, double Troll Chant, 2 Fish Fight, 1 Battle Fury. So not too crazy on the Battle Furies that he's on. He's not like a Rico Rex disciple, I see. So Mender's always an annoying card. He's not playing the 2-drop. What's her name? The grandma that makes the forge item. So he's not on that. He's playing combat cooks. He's not playing the attuned weapon master either. But I guess that's like fine, right? Because you're kind of going for a different, slightly different game plan. So hopefully like all the quietest and the heavy metal we put in, and like, oh, I guess Hexbliterator actually doesn't do too much. Because if Bone Club is on something, unless it's the Omen Hawk, Hexbliterator won't be able to kill it. So hopefully they don't find Bone Club, or like I'd have to weaken the unit first to 1 health, or like weaken them down enough for Hexbliterator to kill. I don't know. That's gonna be annoying, but we'll see how it goes. And then finally we've got Poppy Jarvan. We put the 2 Demacia champions together, which is interesting, instead of like going for like a double champion strength deck or something. I guess Bird is the Bandle unit for Poppy here. But otherwise, yeah, it's pretty standard elites. Oh, it's got 2 of the Scrutinizing Sergeant. Although I haven't played elites since this card came out, I think. So that's kind of a neat addition. He's got Bannerman as well, which I guess is okay still, right? Like, especially if you're playing Mono Demacia, you might as well buff your board. What can this hit that's like really good? Cost 3 or less. You could hit the Sergeant. I think this is the main one you'd want to hit, right? You just get another 4 Demacia. You can't even get Poppy or Jarvan though. So it would be this is the main one. Battlesmith is kind of cute too, to grab that. I like that he's on 2 rallies, 2 Golden Aegis, as well as a Champion Strength. So he's not only on Champion Strength as a threat. Golden Aegis is like a really scary threat too, because if they get their wide board early on and they have just like Poppy or something, like it's like a double threat sort of situation, right? He can go 1 turn Golden Aegis, next turn Champion Strength, and then I'm just kind of like sitting there, you know, constantly pressured by the aggression. So it's a bit scary to see this. I do like there's only 1 interaction, which is this Concerted Strike, so we'll have to see how these games goes. Okay, let's go with this. Oh, okay, they banned the Viktor Lux. I think that's fine with me. Let's see. Let's turn the music a little bit. Whoa, why is this over here? So they queued up elites. So, do I keep Shihu? Or is that stairs? What do I have in my deck? No, I think I need to look for the ramp first. Like ramp and blockers. I found a blocker. Buried is cool, I guess. Elise is nice. Elise lets me chump. No 2-drop? No 1-drop? I really wish I had Quietus for this now. Damn, no way to remove this right now. That's gonna be annoying. On the bright side, I've got like, you know, the combo. That's pretty big. Wide board, bit scary. Probably gonna freeze the 4/4. Champion Strength is... It says 8 mana here, but it's 9 now. It's just not updated on the thingy. On AR, right? So I freeze the tough unit or the 5/5? I don't think it ultimately matters, but I'll freeze the tough unit. They're quite wide. I think I'll take the 4 and save these as blockers. I need to survive a couple more turns. I think I throw out Lissandra here, hope they kill it, and then just get 2 more spiders. Let's see if he takes the bait. Because these are 2 more blockers. Next turn is champion strength turn. I want to do this in one more turn, but I don't know if they'll give me that chance. Nice. He took it. He took the bait. The Thrall comes out in 5 turns. I actually can't Vengeance, or I'm below buried mana. As much as I want to use my mana here properly. Although their board is kind of weak. Let's see if they tap below champion strength. He's on 2 champion strength, 2 Aegis. Oh, that's quite annoying as well. So I actually could. I could Vengeance now and then Vengeance later. Take a bit of damage, block. Damn, they had another unit. Quite annoying. So block, block, block. Take a lot. Flash freeze is not exactly what I'd be looking for. It's actually okay, right? I'll flash freeze this turn, buried next turn, and then obliterate everything. They only have like 2 cards. They can't like remake their board like that. This is quite fine with me. They can rally though. So I'd be taking 6/12. What if I value block like this? Keep my Elise alive. I like this. I like this. Oh. Did I just lag out for a second? Okay, okay. It is good. It is good. I buried. They got 2 cards to redevelop. And Scrutinizing Sergeant doesn't work to like make the board wider. That's scary. They can like develop? Okay. That's fine. Get rid of the stroll. Obliterate all landmarks. Yo, why does it keep popping up? Yo, what's up, Eros? Sorry, I'm a bit late on reading things. I'm trying to focus on this one. I think I swing. Let's see if they block. I'm just gonna hit this Ram Hound like right away. Demacia soldiers. Yeah, I should have this locked up. Oh, yeah, I should have this locked up. Oh. I think I'll just do this. Line up? Hold on here. Let me see if I can post these decks somehow. Do this, play this. They could have Cataclysm or single combat if I go for like the Atro line. Oh. I'm just gonna open here. I'm gonna accept this. Thanks, Hawk. What, that's one deck? And this is the Elise thing one. The other one was Viktor Lux and it got banned. So I just Atro and I win now. They have no interaction aside from single combat or concerted that they used. There's no single combat. Nice. That's one. Okay. Now we gotta get the Shen Illaoi through. Ooh. Yeah, maybe after this we'll play some standard ladder. Maybe try and prepare a bit for last chance. Oh, we found idle. Does that mean I win? Actually, this is all kind of good. Do I look for Illaoi? What's in my deck? I think. So let's see. Play this on 1. Tentacles 1/1. Turn 2. I think I can wait. I don't know. I feel like I should have kept it for a Battlesmith? Blacksmith? Battlesmith. We found Shen. That's really good. So they need an elite to play to buff this. This grants the strongest. Yeah, I'll just play this out. Cythria? Cythria would be huge. Oh, no. Yeah. I guess I take these, huh? Take these, swing with... Yeah, take this, swing with this, pull the Hound. 1 mana. They could have Ranger's Resolve. They have 1 of Ranger's Resolve. Okay, if Chen's gonna be great to get down here. Ooh, moral support's real good. That's a big Cythria. Those are big Cythrias. There's no way they swing, right? Ain't no way. So next turn, not next turn, I have to hold up deny or champion strength, which is pretty annoying. Okay, interesting. I could take the 4. I think I can take this 4. They could have form up. So I think I'm just going to open. I really want to play this, but I think I just open. They could have Golden Aegis is why. So I don't want to tap out of a lot of these things. SpongeBob? It is. Yeah, I remember when dog was an elite, but now it's just a dog. Ideally, I'd love it if they blocked and then, like, I don't know, redeveloped or something. I just hope they tap out of Aegis, so I don't have to worry too much. Okay. So next turn I'll be at 6. I can hold deny plus support. Nice. Oh, they still have. Honestly, if they have Aegis, I think I'm still, like, okay, right? Like, what are these things really gonna do? I am at 10. Oh? Oh, is it Jarvan? That's a yikes. I think I get rid of Shen now, right? Shen can just, like, die. I really need Illaoi. Two, 3? I don't know if I want to level it. Oh, this ain't looking good. I could have let that go and then just played I. Maybe that was better. I need a unit. Preferably not Shen. I'm gonna attack here. Hold up deny for champion strength again. But if they champion strength, I'm just dead, right? Because I deny and then they open. And I can't block everything. Nah, then now they're too wide. That's unfortunate. Block, yeah. Yeah, I was supposed to let the tentacle die and replay the tentacle with I think. That was one mistake. I think there was another mistake earlier, but can't think of it right now. This is going to be annoying. I have to build my tentacle bigger than their unit. But, I want to keep this, but I think I just gotta like look or spawn. This ain't good. Cause like barrier is really good. Yeah, we still have one last deck. Idle. No. Okay, what's in this deck? Omen Hawk. Oh, pfft. Thanks, Idle. A little bit late. Do I swing? They have Troll Chant. But I can't swing. Not yet. They can develop Blacksmith? Jax. Do I want to swing? I don't think I can lose this tentacle, right? Do I swing? Do I hold this for like the giant attack? I think I try to even this out now. Slow down the aggression a bit. This bird can become a problem if they have Wild Claw. So I could kill Jax. Oh. Yeah, there's a bit of an issue. Little bit of an issue. I think I smashed this, right? That's 5. Fish fight? If they fish fight... Oh, that's crazy too. I hope they make the, like, optimal block. Because they really could just take this. And I think I'm dead? Maybe. So 7 plus 7 is a 14? I would be alive. Okay, depending on what happens next, I could rally. Maybe I'll draw another Spirit's Refuge. I have one more. I could just Tentacle Smash this thing. But they have Troll Chant and Sisters. If they go for Wild Claw here, I can just redevelop Illaoi plus Idol and swing, right? And hope for the best. Wild Claw is a 7/6 by default, right? Yeah, 7/6, so it would gain 7, so it's 14. Oh? Okay, this is interesting. This would be spawn 4. I can trade into this Omen Hawk. And I think they need to get rid of this tentacle. I'm perfectly fine with this. I develop idle, I open, and then I rally. Ooh, that's annoying. They had another blocker. This Bone Club's so big. Holy. So 2, this will spawn by 2, right? What if I just... Oh, I don't have mana for both. Damn, what if I just smash? What am I scared of? A freeze? Okay, I'm gonna go for I. Draw some cards. Attack here. Hold this back as like a little blocker. Play it a bit safe. Fish fight, 2 fish fight, 3 wild claw. I guess if they had it, would they have gone for it that one turn? With the bird? Maybe. They might be going for it now. It's maybe an issue. Block with 7. This is a 10, so it's gonna be 17 block there. Can they entomb? No, they can't. 6 plus 6? No. They can't entomb. This was great, because I can block with Illaoi and keep her alive if they go for Wild Claw. I have enough mana for Barrier and Rally. If they all in. What are these 3 cards? Oh, no worries. Okay, yeah, they're going for it. 4 mana. They don't have a way to, I guess, really stop this, right? Do I even rally? Because if I rally and they fish fight, I'm just kind of like screwed, right? I think I need to hold it. There's a fish fight. Oh, they're going for the tentacle. Is this lethal? No, no, no. They could have a freeze or something. I go like this. I pull with the 2/3. I swing with everything, and then I can rally after. They have 2 Troll Chants, 3 Three Sisters. Oh, we did it! Damn, that game was scary. Holy. Yeah, it's a battle of massive one drops. Holy. Did you see how big that dog got? What was it, like 18? 17? Something like that. Oh, man.